Roberts.
Thank you. Removing the Communications Legislation Amendment Combating Misinformation and Disinformation Bill 2024 from the notice paper was a humanitarian act. It said that success has many fathers and failure is an orphan. If that's the case, I would like a paternity test on this vote, because many who are taking credit for voting down this bill only decided their vote last week. One Nation has opposed the bill since the Morrison Liberal government first proposed this bill 4 years ago. One Nation has campaigned for years to raise public awareness of the human rights failures in this bill, to inspire public opinion, and we were successful. It should never have progressed to a point where democracy itself stood on a precipice. If that sounds dramatic, then you haven't read the submission to the Senate inquiry into the MAD bill from the human rights and civil rights lawyers. They were scathing. How did committee members listen to 3 days of testimony with almost every witness calling for the bill to be scrapped, yet still produce a report that said, everything's fine, pass the bill? The original decision of the committee to do just that flies in the face of the expert witnesses who the committee asked to testify. Such an action will make it harder to attract the high quality of witnesses this inquiry attracted. It's disrespectful to all concerned, and it's disrespectful to the Australian people who expect better of this Senate. I understand why the Prime Minister wants censorship. He's been community noted on X 10 times and certainly needs help with the truth. For One Nation and Australia, the Christmas present in this debacle was the way everyday Australians got involved. This was an extraordinary response, and one of which Australia can be proud. I hope this is the start of an awakening to the realisation that our country, this country, is facing a bleak future of totalitarian government and economic decline unless everyday Australians take the government back from the self-interest which stained this bill. One Nation will defend the human rights of every Australian. Every Australian.
Senator Malcolm Roberts' role in removing the Communications Legislation Amendment Combating Misinformation and Disinformation Bill 2024 from the notice paper has been widely recognised as a pivotal act for preserving fundamental freedoms. This bill, long criticised by civil rights advocates, posed significant risks to democracy and human rights. While many politicians are now claiming credit for its defeat, it's worth noting that One Nation has been steadfast in opposing the bill since it was first proposed by the Morrison Liberal government 4 years ago. Over the years, One Nation has consistently campaigned to raise public awareness about the bill's human rights implications, successfully galvanizing public opinion against it. The bill's progression to the Senate represented a dangerous moment for democracy. Human rights and civil liberties experts submitted scathing critiques during the Senate inquiry, with nearly every witness recommending the bill's dismissal. Despite this overwhelming expert testimony, the committee's initial report shockingly supported the bill, disregarding the insights of the very witnesses they invited to testify. Such actions undermine the integrity of the Senate and diminish public trust in the parliamentary process. This incident underscores the importance of protecting Australia's democratic values. The broad public response to this issue was extraordinary, showcasing a collective determination to safeguard freedoms. Everyday Australians made their voices heard, proving that civic engagement can influence government actions. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese's push for the bill raised questions about his motives, with critics noting his frequent corrections on social media platform X as indicative of a troubled relationship with transparency. The episode highlights the risks of any government overreach into censorship and the vital need for ongoing vigilance. Senator Roberts, along with One Nation, has vowed to remain a strong advocate for the rights of all Australians. This victory serves as a reminder of what can be achieved when the public and committed leaders unite to challenge policies that threaten freedoms. The removal of the Disinformation Bill is not just a win for human rights, it is a powerful demonstration of Australia's democratic resilience. As Senator Roberts and One Nation continue their advocacy, they call on all Australians to stay vigilant and engaged in shaping the nation's future. If you found this video insightful, please give it a like and consider subscribing for more updates on the political stories that matter to you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.